the hieroglyphic codes of a computer and an ancient artifact. I thought that's kind of it. These things had never been in the same place before, and I found that quite interesting. So I didn't want to be arbitrary and meaningless with my codes. I wanted to create this juxtaposition, and the title and the name New Order and the catalogue number was all I had to work with. So I thought, well, maybe I can turn language into a code. So I can't imagine doing this now, actually. The last New Order cover I did without doing anything at all. But when you're young, so I tried to convert the alphabet into a code, and I decided to make it a color code. And I settled on some colors for letters, and then began to spell out words in colors, which these pages here show. And it was really fun, actually. It was fun to see what a word looked like in color. And the other thing happening alongside it was New Order had recorded a track to save them from doing encores. New Order, at this point, still didn't like performing. New Order were made up of the band that stood behind Ian Curtis, and Ian performed. I mean, it was a tormented experience when Ian performed, but Ian performed. And if you just play guitar or play drums, you just do your job. And when Ian died, as some of you know, I don't need to go over that story. When Ian died, he left behind the band, and they didn't replace it. So it was very painful for them. They would draw lots to see who would do the singing, and eventually Bernd Sumner became the singer and used to have to get drunk before going on stage because he was so scared. Anyway, so to get them over the encore problem, they wrote a piece of music that their equipment could play, and that was called Blue Monday. And they played it to me. I went to visit them in their rehearsal room, and they played it, and it was quite amazing. And it was them finding themselves. They found their way out of being Joy Division, and they found themselves with Blue Monday. And this floppy disk was kind of what most of it was on. Most of the programming was on floppy disks, and it was the first time I'd seen a floppy disk. It was '83, and I was quite excited, so I took it away. And so the floppy disk, the coding, and the fantastic